Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, have I got an exciting video for you today? We're going to pick up a 23-year-old Honda Jazz that I bought for just £250. Doesn't get better than that, does it? You know, there are all those other channels on YouTube racing supercars against one another on an abandoned airstrip. But no, we're picking up a yellowy green, high mileage Honda Jazz that I think might fail its MOT. I say that because when I checked this out on CarVertical, it's got quite a sketchy MOT history. So I'm not confident it'll pass another one, but we'll see. I'm remaining optimistic. Now, jokes aside, I'm quite a big fan of the Honda Jazz. In most markets around the world, it's called the Honda Fit, but here in the UK, it is the Jazz, and it's quite a good car. It's quite versatile. Without sounding like a complete anorak, I quite like the rear seats. I'll show you when we get there, but you can lift up the rear seats and then, well, you've basically got a van. They're really practical. Now, like I say, I haven't actually seen this one yet. I've only had a text description of it, and it's fair to say the description suggests this is in average to below average condition. Hence the price. I mean, £250 is very cheap. Now, ordinarily, I'd be a little bit nervous at this point, but I'm not, because at £250, I could scrap it for, well, probably close to that. I haven't scrapped a car yet for a while, but I'd probably get £200 for it, £220, so I can't lose a fortune. On the bright side, if it turns out to be okay, this could sell for, I don't know, £750 and make a quick little profit. So like I say, I'm not too concerned. I was nearly concerned then because I nearly had a head-on with a Jaguar XF. Generally speaking as well, the Honda Jazz is quite a reliable car. Having said that, they do have gearbox troubles. The automatic gearbox can be a bit problematic, and the manual, the bearings can go. You get lots of whines and funny noises. Hopefully that isn't the case with this one, but we'll see. Anyway, we're not too far away now, so I shall see you when we get there. I'll see you in a bit. Well, I've just been to the garage to pick up the keys for the Honda Jazz, and to my surprise, we've got loads. We've got 2 full sets. Plus, I don't know what that's for, like a roof rack or something, I don't know. Anyway, we've got 2 fobs and 2 keys, so that's good. I've got the paperwork here as well, and the last owner's had it for 10 years. That's always a good sign. So we'll see. I've been told it's parked in a pub car park. I don't really know why, but it's best not to ask questions sometimes. So we're going to head to the pub car park now, and I shall give you a tour of it. Well, there she is. It's that pale greeny sort of colour, like a Jaguar Seafrost Silver. Sad that I know that, isn't it? Actually not the worst colour. It's a low spec, so I'm guessing it's just an S because it's got wheel trims. That actually isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. That looks all right, really. It's got a sunroof. Oh, yes. Right, well, as always then, let's check this out using CarVertical. We'll find out a little bit more about it. So all we need to do is go to carvertical.com, and then you type in the reg or the VIN. Now, in this case, we know the reg. That is PE02 November Bravo Kilo. There we go. By the way, I'll leave the link below in the video description so you can try this out for yourself. It doesn't take long and it isn't expensive. And if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK, that's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. And what this is doing currently is checking databases in 35 different countries. So whether you're in Romania, Serbia, Sweden, Slovakia, United States, Australia, it works in those countries. So it'll tell you whether it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage drawback, or has a standing finance on it. But in the case of this Jazz, I just want to know a little bit more about it. So I'm going to show you the MOT history, the ownership changes, the reg plate changes, all that sorts of stuff. It's a really thorough check, this. And yeah, if you want to do one of these checks for yourself, and I can't stress this enough, you really need to before you hand over any cash. This works with motorbikes as well, by the way. Then make sure you use my promo code HIGHPEAK for 20% off. And as quick as that, the report's ready. So view report. Here we go then. So the mileage is fine. It's never had a rollback. We've got an amber warning here though for financial and legal status. So we'll look into that in a second. It's never been damaged. And we've got evidence of 1 previous owner, so that's good. The last known mileage then, its last MOT, was 99,900. Ah, right. I wasn't aware of this. Not that it matters, but it failed its MOT. So it failed on a CV boot, central stop lamp not working, engine management light on. Okay, rust on the sill. This isn't looking good actually, is it? This isn't looking good at all. Now, I checked this out very quickly previously, but I hadn't checked the most recent MOT. I checked last year's, which had a few nasty advisory items. But this one doesn't look good. So it needs 2 sills. Oh dear, okay. Then what else have we got? We've got near side front McPherson strut corroded, offside rear service brake fluctuating, brake pipe corroded, shock absorbers slightly worn. Okay, this isn't great, is it? It is a green 5-door Honda Jazz from 2002. Last owner's had it since 2015. So we can see all the MOT history here. Now the one that I saw was obviously from last year. Didn't scroll down far enough, which is my mistake. So for the last few years then, since it's failed a lot in the last 5 years. Okay, then ultimately the owners just decided to let go of it, which makes sense, doesn't it really? Because I mean, how much money can you throw at a car? I should know, shouldn't I? Right, so let's park this up then. We'll give you a tour. What I might do actually is run this down to my mechanics, have them retest it and see what they pick up on. Because if it would pass an MOT for maybe £200, £300, £400, it might still be worth doing. So let's not write it off just yet. Right, let's go and have a look at this Jazz then. Quite a windy day today. So this, ladies and gents, is what £250 buys you. You know, it's actually quite tidy. Start off around the driver's side then. Needs a good clean. We've got the original Honda wheel trims though. A little bit of a few little marks and scuffs there on the bumper, but they will teak it off actually. So we've got a land sail and about 4mm of tread. A very filthy interior by the looks of it. We've got a matching land sail on the offside rear, about 4mm. That's actually quite tidy. We've got matching plates from Richmond Car Sales. What else can I tell you? Wiper blades not split. We've got a Nano Energy tyre. Not sure who makes that, never heard of it. On about 4mm. A little bit of rust there around the rear wheel arch. It's quite standard, some scratches and stuff. Generally though, it's quite tidy this. Nice sunroof. Have we got a matching land sail? We certainly do. Damaged wheel trim there, but again, if we could get this through an MOT, that might do somebody for another year or two, mightn't it? Headlamps could do with a buff. Right, let's crack this open then. Oh, works. In fact, before we do that, let me show you these clever rear seats. Maybe not. We've got a dodgy door latch. There we go. So yeah, look how clever these rear seats are. So they just lift up like this, and then you close that down, and they lock in position. And you can literally carry anything then back here. How good's that? Or is it me just being weird? I genuinely think that's a really clever design. You can pack all sorts back there. You could move house, couldn't you? Right, let's get in the front then. So it's very dirty. Could do with a mini valet. We've got a hole in the floor there, where someone's heel's been. I think with a quick clean though, quick vac out, some bucket of hot soapy water. Got a very old crusty A to Z there, look at that. Got some printed off directions. 1975, look at that. 85 pence. That's fun, isn't it? Right, they get even older, look at this. Great Britain and Ireland. Atlas here from 2011. RAC membership. Got it all, hasn't it? Is there any service history with this? Service book, there we go. Now Honda owners tend to look after the cars really well. So it was serviced in, it's come from Kendal, Lake District, Cumbria, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, then 2019, bit of a gap, like 13-year service interval. But if there's one car that can withstand that, it's the old Honda Jazz. Like I say, they're really reliable cars generally. I mean, I know this one's failed its MOT recently, but is 23 years old. It's done 100,000 miles. Let's move this seat back. There we go. Fire up, shall we? That sounds a bit tappy. Like it's either very low on oil or we've got some sticking tappets maybe. That doesn't sound great, does it? I think then this is probably just not being looked after properly. It was last serviced in 2019, of course it's now 2025. It's not great, is it? Got a cassette player, look. Okay, that's dead. That works then. Let's pull this forward and have a look in the boot. I think my clutch is on its way out as well. This might be straight for the scrapyard, you know. I hate scrapping cars though. I always like to save them. You've got a parcel shelf. You should literally break this car for more, couldn't you? Space saver spare wheel. Okay then. Electric windows ×4. Okay. I think we need to take this for a quick spin, don't we? See if it drives. I think I'm going to run this down to a mechanic and get them just to check it over anyway. See what they find. Okay then, right. Fire up my tappy engine. Wonder how long this would last. Or whether it'll quieten down when it gets warm, maybe. I doubt it. Yeah. A noisy gearbox. What did I say about the gearbox bearings at the start of this video? Straight away you can hear that high-pitched whine of dodgy bearings. It's actually good. Sounds like a remote control car. Wah! This is actually a good example of what not to buy, isn't it? I've just realised as well I've mounted my camera in the way of my wipers and it's raining and I can't put my wipers on. So I'm going to have to pull over in a second. So we've got a noisy engine, noisy gearbox, rotten sills, a dirty interior. But look, £250. What do you want? They do drive very well though. Even though we've got a noisy engine, noisy gearbox, it still drives particularly well. Steering wheel feels good, steering feels quite sharp. Gear changes are fine. You just get that whine in lower gears. 1, 2, 3, and then it quietens down a little bit. What a pity. What a pity, because this would still do somebody just needing, you know, cheap transport. It's not worth saving. I was going to say it's not worth saving, but I'd still rather have this than wait for the bus. What about my sunroof? Does that work? Oh, it does. They're good cars, these. I like them. When I lived in Spain, whenever I would come to the UK, my cousin would kindly lend me her Jazz. She had a bright blue 2005 or something, which wasn't all that old then. I think this is like back in 2009, 2010. I always used to borrow that. I did loads of miles in it. I always quite liked it. Here in the UK, Honda Jazzes are primarily bought by people who have a free bus pass. But in other parts of the world, that's a different story. Like the Honda Fit, for example, which is the same car in the US, that's generally bought by younger people. It's funny how that works, isn't it? But no, here it's definitely an OAP mobile. Apart from my cousin 10 or 15 years ago, because she was only in her 20s or 30s then. What a pity. Did my windows work? I think, just for the sake of it, we're committed now, aren't we? I'm going to run this down to my mechanics, have them check it over and see how bad it is. If I could get it through another MOT, even if it's got loads of advisory items, I mean, at this point, I'm not bothered about profit. I'm just thinking, rather than scrap a car that's perfectly usable, could just get it through an MOT, give it a clean, and then sell it to somebody for £500 or something. It would do, wouldn't it? Like I say, if I just moved here or something, I'd have this for a bit while I get myself on my feet. Okay, I'm going to do this then. We're down at my mechanics now, so Why not? I also need to scrap that NX. So that was the donor vehicle. Need to get rid of that. Just taking up a valuable space. We'll park it in Range Rover corner, shall we? Here we go, next to my Bordeaux replica. Right, I'll have an update for you then very soon. I don't think this is going to be good news though, to be honest. I really don't. But we'll see. We'll see what they have to say. Well, ladies and gents, I've got an update for you regarding my little Honda Jazz. And I think you'll be surprised, actually. In fact, no, you won't. It's been condemned. I'm heading down to my mechanic's now to go through the list of work that it needs. She called me to say, right, we've MOT'd the Jazz, and, well, there's quite a list here. So I said, well, what is it? You know, do you want to go through it? She said, well, it's probably just easier if you come down because there's too much to talk about. So that's not great news, is it? But I think still it could be worth saving. I mean, I only paid £250 for this, so if I spent 400 or 500 on it, it's still quite a cheap car. I mean, I could use it as my, I don't know, add it to my courtesy car fleet. Or do I just get rid of it? I just want to save everything, that's the problem. I don't like to scrap a decent car. I don't like to put a healthy dog down, in the words of the RSPCA. Or is it Battersea Dogs Home? Anyway, before I turn into the Paul O'Grady of the car world, is it Paul O'Grady? Anyway, before I turn into the Paul O'Grady of the car world, let's go down and see the Jazz and see what it needs. I'll see you there. Well, we're back in the little Honda Jazz, and there's quite a lengthy list. Let me go through it then. Just bear with me a second. So they ran it through another MOT, and it's failed on various bulbs. The worst bit was the welding. So there's 4 to 5 hours worth of welding required on the sills. They've also said there's a split CV boot, and the engine's noisy, and the gearbox doesn't sound great either. Not my words, the words of my mechanic. According to the MOT, there's also an oil leak. So to get all this work done, excluding the oil leak, of course, we'd be looking at about £400 plus VAT. So you're talking £500 there, on top of the £250 I paid for it. So we're into £750, and we've still got a noisy engine and a noisy gearbox. So as much as I hate to say this, I don't think it's worth the effort or the time or the money. So what we're going to do next then is call J Davidson, my local scrap merchant, who we haven't spoken to for a while actually, have we? We'll call them and see what they'd give me for it scrap. I'm hoping about £250. Depends on the price of metal at the moment, doesn't it?
Davidson.
Hi, it's Matt at High Peak Autos, you right?
Yeah, I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks, very good. I've got a little Honda Jazz that I think needs scrapping. What would you give for that?
Okay, well, I'll just find out for you now.
Alright, thank you.
Honda Jazz in High Peak.
It's got a sunroof.
At the moment, mate, 120.
Oh, really? Okay, that's low, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been low for a while.
Has it?
You know, yeah.
Alright, no worries. Right, I'll give you a call back then.
Thank you.
Thank you, cheers. That kind of changes things, doesn't it? I was expecting to get like 220 for it. So 120 isn't great because I paid 250 for it. I'm not exactly Alan Sugar, am I really? What would you do? I'm going to need your advice, I think. So let me know below in the comments. Someone's revving the nuts off something next door. Yeah, let me know what you do in the comments below. Should I save it or should I scrap it and just take the hit? I don't like scrapping things. Anyway, I'll have to have a think about it. But yeah, do let me know in the comments. So as always, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.